Hello. Today we want to talk about Hurricane Melissa. I'll start without any introduction. On October 21st, 2025, a storm formed in the Atlantic Ocean. They named it Melissa. You should know that whenever a storm forms anywhere in the World Meteorological Organization gives it a name, so they can track it more easily and call it something simple, something everyone can remember, something that people in any language can pronounce. And this one, they named Melissa. As soon as Melissa forms, it bends its path toward the Bahamas. The farther it goes, the stronger it becomes. It keeps gaining power. If you've seen the Where Do These Storm Videos Come From episode on Chizo Miz, you already know that Atlantic storms form near the equator, off the west coast of Africa. And then they start moving toward the Gulf of Mexico. Melissa does exactly the same. It keeps coming, until we reach day 4, October 25th. These countries and islands are in the storm's path. All of them are watching Melissa closely, wondering which way it will turn. Will it head toward them or curve somewhere else? The forecasts said it would go toward the Bahamas. So the Bahamas and the east coast of Florida were extremely prepared. They were convinced it was coming straight at them. But when Melissa undergoes rapid intensification, it suddenly changes direction. It's as if the driver grabs the steering wheel and turns left. Instead of going north, it goes west. Toward which island? Jamaica, a country in its own right. Winds blowing at 295 kilometers per hour start shaking the island. We can say one of the most powerful storms in history has struck Jamaica, ready to tear everything apart. You may not believe it, but experts estimate that Melissa is the third strongest tropical cyclone in history. Only 2 storms have ever been slightly stronger. You probably know storms lose strength when they hit land. They weaken progressively until they stop. But Melissa, while swallowing half the island, still has 90% of its circulation over water. Jamaica is too small, and that means its power doesn't decrease. It actually gets stronger. You should know that the eye of the storm, its center, is the most powerful part. And Melissa's eye enters Jamaica. This eye leaves nothing behind. After hours of tearing the island apart, the storm finally passes Jamaica. Let's pause here and look at what's left of Jamaica. Money, 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 money. These boats, they're not houses. The storm lifted them out of the water, flipped them over, and threw them here. Who's going to fix all of this? This isn't a wealthy country. They say Melissa caused over $22 billion in damage to Jamaica. That's more than the country's entire GDP. It will take years for Jamaica to recover, unless other countries step in and help. See those cables being held up? You should know that storms like this are not like earthquakes. They don't strike without warning. Hours beforehand, they announce they're coming. So people are somewhat prepared. They go to shelters or safe locations so the storm doesn't kill them. That's why the official numbers say 44 dead and 10 missing. But unofficial estimates say hundreds may have died. Even though, for such an incredibly powerful storm, the death toll is relatively low. Just imagine this. 90% of the island's population is homeless. Homes are destroyed. Most of them might have been simple shacks, but people lived in them. Eventually, the storm leaves Jamaica and returns over open water. Its strength hasn't decreased much. With nearly the same power, it heads toward Cuba, a poor country with little infrastructure, little money, and no real preparedness. The terrifying Melissa hits Cuba. As you know, Cuba is a communist and heavily censored country, so not many reports have come out. But even from the few released videos, it's clear that Cuba has been severely damaged. There are no official numbers yet on deaths or losses, but experts say more than 730,000 Cubans have become homeless and lost their homes and belongings. Of course, Melissa didn't damage only these two countries. Surrounding areas like Haiti and the Dominican Republic also suffered heavily. Haiti the most. Dozens dead, many homeless. At the moment we are recording this video, Melissa has left these islands, passed by the Bahamas, and is heading north. That means the east coast of Florida. This is the storm's trajectory. It's expected to pass by Bermuda, though I don't think it will have enough strength left to damage Bermuda. The farther it goes north, the weaker it becomes, until eventually it fades away. Meaning, the storm will end.